When you arrive on location for a two-camera interview, one of the most important things to look for is space. You really need a room that's about 20 feet long and 10 feet wide to accommodate both cameras and give a little bit of depth between the subject and the background. Don't be afraid to move the furniture around. We're going to use the big comfy chairs that are actually in the room, but I want to move them to the center of the room so we can get some separation between the subject and the background. Before you touch a single light, what you want to do is set up the camera and have a look at the shot. Remember, you're dealing with two backgrounds. What I don't like is trees and plants growing out of people's heads. What I do like is tables and table lamps that I can work with in the background. The tables I can place pictures or small objects that I can highlight with a background light. The trick is to have that separation between the background and the subject. Once I roughed out the camera positions, I want to get the talent back in and have them sit in so I can do the precise framing, so I can see exactly what we're going to be dealing with in the backgrounds. Once that's done, I have them leave the room so we can get started. Now, as you can see, I have a huge window in this location, but since it's not playing into my shot, I've decided just to block it out. Erin, on the other hand, had a window over her shoulder, and that one is in the shot. Because I'm lighting with tungsten, I've got to use color correction on the window. Now, this particular color correction has also 0.6 ND, which reduces it by 2 stops, as well as changing the color temperature to 3200 Kelvin. But if you want to see detail outside on a bright sunny day like today, you need to add additional ND. What I'm adding now is 0.9 ND, which will reduce it an additional 3 stops. That should be good enough to see what's going on outside. The good thing about this window is it's a fair distance behind Erin, and it has a Venetian blind, so you don't really have to fuss with it too much. The windows are done. Now we can start lighting. As always, the first light we're going to start with is the key light. I'm going to use a REFA 66 with a 750 watt bulb. I'm going to position it directly in between Matt and Erin. This maintains the inside key, and this particular part of the frame is not seen by either camera. And because it's a large, soft source, it'll wrap around their faces nicely. For the fill, I'm going to use a REFA 55 with a 500 watt bulb. Placed directly opposite the key, it's going to provide a nice key fill ratio. Because they're sharing the light, I can't use egg crates on the REFAs, but I do want to control the spill on the background. So if I apply a little black wrap on each side of the REFA, it'll reduce the amount of spill. Since Erin had a window over her shoulder, I thought it might be kind of interesting to suggest a window beside Matt. So I'm going to use a Leco with a Venetian blind gobo to give Matt the appearance of a window behind his shoulder. For their backlight, I'm going to use 250 watt Pro lights. It's pretty easy to find a place for them. Just try not to let them spill onto your background. That pretty much completes our lighting setup for a two-camera interview. Take a look at the monitor, experiment with the light, try different things, play with the background and see what you like and what you don't like. Have fun.